Well, hello again. Welcome to the 26th episode of the Amiga Raytracing course. We have been flirting with the space for quite some episodes back from from I think it was since episode 20. So now we're going to go through some real modeling techniques as well as while at the same time making some spaceships. Okay, so the whole idea is that when we are done with we create a couple of ships, then we will try to create a space scene. Okay, so let's see where we're at. For example, let me first launch Lightwave and in modeler again. Let me see first how the chat is faring. Okay, I guess let me see. Yep, it works great. So right now I'm alone, but I guess everyone is coming. But right now they are on their way here. Anyway, so in reality, what we want, first of all, we want a sketch. We want a say, ideally we would want to have a concept artist that would hand us some drawings which we would use in order to create a 3D object out from 2D painting. Okay, we can go in through this later at I think in the next episode I might be having something to use, but right now we will try to create some a simple spaceship by using primitives, by using points, and at some points using curves. So at the same time we will do a modeler review, reviewing our basic tools where we can create forms in the 3 dimensions. And of course later surface them, adding some windows, thrusters, etc. etc. Let us start. So first we have to think about scale. Okay, so my spaceship has to be, say, if I want to have a small scout, it should be like 10 to 20 meters wide. If if I say the area I want to place that, it would be like 500 years from now, where mankind will have miniaturized lots of computing, lots of the computing that goes on in a spaceship. But yeah, let us start, say, with something like this. Okay, first I can create something with a box. My grid should be, say, okay, each of these quads is 2 meters by 2 meters long and wide. So that will be 2, 4, 6. So this is 6 and 12 kilometers. Let's zoom out quite a bit. No, actually this is quite nice. 5, 10 meters, 10 meters. Let's say we will create 20 meter there, a 20 meter by, so this is my, wait, no, this is my face, this is the front, so the front should be something like this. Okay, let's go with the usual the usual, say, quad. And so we have here, this is my left view, so I will be having a 20 meter spaceship. Okay, so this is my top view. I think that's quite all right. Let me start by doing just a simple quad. A simple quad looks like that. Okay, so nothing spacey about that. So I have a quad. I have a primitive. I have a cube here. I mean, actually, it's a 3D rectangle. So I want to say have some more points here, so that I will be able to manipulate the edges, making them more curvy. I don't want that brick I have here, you know. This is not a spaceship, this is a brick. So the first approach is to redo my quad. Let me add that. Let me do that in the second layer by pressing numeric on the quad. Here I can access the segments that each dimension will have. So let's say the point here is to keep, say, I want, let's say, 2 segments here, like 3 segments here. Okay, and then I want, say, 1, 2, 3, 4 segments on my wait a minute, 3 segments on my z-axis and 4 segments on my y-axis. So the z-axis will have 3 and the y-axis will have 4. Now about the x-axis, it's gonna have 3 as well. So let me see what we've done so far. Pressing enter. Hold on a bit. Layer 2, pressing enter. Now I have something like this. So now I can start manipulating points. Okay, so how do we do that? We go to modify, and then yeah, first of all we have to select. Okay, so now we have, you know, we will do some a bit of reviewing about how we select. So we do that with the left mouse button. Oh, sorry, left mouse button here. Okay, and if I click again on the points with the left mouse button, I deselect them. I think you might have grasped it, you know, so far. Anyway, now by T or move, I am moving them. I can move them numerically too by pressing N. Okay, and you see already that I'm starting, you know, this is starting to getting shaped. So let me see, I'm doing something like this here, and this is something like that. So I am selecting, invoking my tool, doing whichever changes my tool is designed to do, and then deselecting by space or by pressing here. Okay, so if I had, say, move and I press here, oh sorry, there, I mean on these three buttons. Okay, so now it gets deselected. So this is how it you know, how Lightwave 5 works. Now I can say, for example, let's say I want to rotate that on the 0 axis here. So what's going to happen now? If I rotate it clockwise, see, now the point starts to get clockwise. Okay, undo. Likewise, I have size. I can size, you know, sorry, I can resize the whole thing. Undo. Actually, you have to be careful where your center is being placed by the mouse cursor, because this is different than this. Actually, it's not different. The shape is being kept as it was, but your center of sizing gets changed. If you wanted to keep things tidy, you can invoke your numeric window and place everything. Say, I want my object to be resized like 2 times, but I wanted to the center of resizing to be in the center of my coordinate system. Okay, like that. Undo, pressing undo. Okay, so now I'm going to try and shape my multi-segmented brick into a spaceship. So let us actually continue with that. So what I did, I moved these guys here, and now I'm going to be moving these guys toward the back. Now if I want to do it freely with my mouse, you know, it can be quite stable, you know, if I have a stable hand, but it can also go, you know, like this. So undo. One way to lock my translation towards a certain axis, hold on a bit, is to hold the control key. Hold on a bit, let me, yes, hold the control key, and the first axis that's going to get an input is locked into fine-tuning, while the other axis is going to be like more coarse, so which makes, you know, the use of my tool easier. Okay, so holding control, I can translate along the Z axis, but if I start going, you know, to the left or along the X axis, no, sorry, that didn't work. No, that didn't work either. Hold on. Maybe it's the emulator. Oh, wait a minute. So if I, okay, let's see now. Control and 500 millimeter. Yes, yes. So now my increments, for example, if I move along the Z axis is 500 millimeter, 500 millimeter more. But if I want to go along if I want to move towards the X axis, along the X axis, I'll be having somewhat, you know, 750 millimeters. While if I do it without pressing the control key, I am having the 500 millimeter increment as well. Okay, so control, using control, it locks actually the cursor to be, you know, to do fine movements along the first axis, but it gets into coarse mode for the other axis. Okay, so undo. Now I want to select these guys too, so I press shift there. So I have 5 points here, and pressing, holding control, I want them to go just a bit there, so that I will have this thing here. Okay. Now I have to deselect them, so space by freeing which frees my tool, and then pressing here or the slash freeze my selection. So now I want to stretch these guys a bit. So I will be by the way, before I do anything more, I can center my geometry by pressing F1 if you have the macro installed. So I'm pressing F1, and now I have my geometry centered. So now I have these guys selected, and by using my mouse cursor, I press H, actually by having my mouse cursor on the center and pressing H. This is the stretch tool. It stretches, it resizes only along a certain or two axes. Okay, so if I press my mouse button and go towards, there, I'm gonna get this. Undo. Likewise, for example, if I do that, so I'm stretching along the x-axis, stretching. Okay, undo. Okay, so if I didn't have anything selected, actually, okay, then the tool acts on the whole geometry. So yeah, this one. Okay, do. So let me reselect these guys again. There, and I want to give just I want the ceiling, the top and bottom of my object to be more curvy, although not too much. So I will be pressing my there, actually here, and now on my bottom left, on the bottom left I have the coordinates and my information window. And now I will try, if I want to practice my mouse precision handling, I can do just that. Okay, this is like, oh, this looks good. But of course there's our friend, the numeric pad, the numeric window. So let's say I want to do just that. Okay, and then I am sure that it has happened along this the center I wanted to happen. Okay, so this is like that, and now I can do some more stuff. Let's see, I am taking the stretch again, the stretch tool, along my on my 0, 0, 0 point, and I am doing some stretch, some more stretch. So 0.85, 0.9, as it says there. And see how that looks. Yeah, that looks quite good. Okay, so I can do the same, the other to the other edges here, but this time I will be choosing my stretch tool and pressing numeric. It has saved already my directly previous input, so I'll be duplicating that and creating this. So now I have a I don't know what this is. Yeah, this is a rough say a rough spaceship like thing. I don't know. Also, let's go with that. Now I'm going. I will be choosing selecting the polygon mode. I will be doing in the polygon mode. Now I'll be doing some more editing there. So I will be pressing move again, translating this guy here, something like this. Okay. So there. So selecting, deselecting. I think this is clear. Okay. Say this. I can take them down a bit. There. Now I'm starting to be having some non-planar polygons that won't be rendering correctly, but I am going to remedy that later. There. And now I can say start making the back of my transport or whatever that is. There. And creating some more stuff here. Let's see now. Let's say my front, the front side is quite okay. Let's say I like it. I like that. I personally don't, but you know. So now I would like to edit a bit more of the backside. Now here's what we can do. If I go on by selecting these guys here, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but here it says 12. That's because I have selected together with these points here, I have selected these points too. Okay, so I can either deselect them by pressing left mouse button, okay, or if I want to start working on a specific area of my geometry, I can do something very neat like this. So I will be using my lasso with my right mouse button to select the polygons included in this, okay, these guys here, and then under display there is something called here visibility and then hide selected. So now I've hidden the geometry I don't want to work with. It is there, so if I do unhide, it will be visible again. So this is not a deletion. This is a visibility edit. So by hiding them, they don't get, you know, in the middle of other polygons that I want to edit. So hiding selected there. Okay, and now let's work on the backside. Eventually, putting thrusters in the you know, in the future. So let me see here. I will be selecting the points I want to edit here. Okay, let's see now how that will look. So this is my object, and then I will be selecting, I want to choose what I want to do. I want a more convex surface, but I can't do it with with moving, because moving will create something like this. Okay, which is quite good actually, but yeah, it's not bad, but that's not what I want. Okay, so I will be undoing that, and I will be choosing another tool called magnet. So magnet works by defining an area of influence for our magnet. Say if I want my magnet to attract these elements here, so I will be defining it just like this. there. Okay, so this is my the center of the area of influence, so anything will be drawn here. Again, I can define it, I can leave it two-dimensionally, which would do something like this, whatever, which creates the result I want. Okay, or undo. I can define a much more. I can define a three-dimensional point by defining the third dimension that was missing before. So by using my left mouse button, I am defining an area, and by using my right mouse button, holding, I am, and by going left, right, up and down, I am activating my tool. So undo, here again, and in the left bottom side I can see which coordinates are being affected. So now I am only on my Z, which axes are being affected. So I'm having my the Z axis. I don't want anything in the Y axis. There, I want this. Yes, this is, which is great. Okay, let me do an undo and go into numeric mode. So the magnet is more complicated than moving or stretching. So what do we have here? You have a radius. First you define a certain, if your tool wants, if you want your tool to affect certain axis, or if you want it to be free. Then you have the radius of the effect. Then you have the center of the effect, which in my case this is in 8 meters Z, which is here. Okay, or no, wait, I think it's anyway somewhere here. And then we have the offset, which is, let me see what the offset is. Should know that. Yeah, the offset is the actual tool activation. So right mouse button, say here. So the offset is being updated. Okay, so let me there, numeric, and do a -2 meter offset. So yeah, this is it. Okay, so now I have it there. Actually, -1 was better. It got, hold on a minute. Undo numeric, and here I have -1. It was -1 there. Yeah, there. So now let me see what is, how that looks. I think it looks quite good. Now this is now is a nice now is a good time to start surfacing. Okay, so I will be unhiding and pressing A to fit everything on my view. Okay, and let me select, let's say, front. Oops, sorry, here. Yep. And let's see, transport or shuttle. Let's shuttle front. Apply. Okay, and now after I have surfaced it, I can hide it. I don't want that to be here, to be messing with the other polygons that are not that have not been surfaced yet. So now I'm using my lasso. I am naming that back, shuttle back, and I am hiding that. And now I have the my body here, the body of the shuttle. And I can also divide that into, let's say, top, there, shuttle top, and hiding, then shuttle bottom, Q, bottom, apply, hide, and now I have shuttle left, there, hiding that, and then I have the one left. I don't have to select, shuttle right. Okay, now I'm hiding everything, and I should, upon invoking the stats window, to have zero polygons on my default surface. Okay, we don't want, you wouldn't want to have a default default entry here. Okay, so everything is surface, you know, is being assigned to a surface here. So let me see that again and save that. 26 object shuttle, let's say stage 1, because I'll show you something very neat now. Okay, let's see now. It looks quite aerodynamic. You can manipulate the mesh, you know, as you want. What I would really like to do now is have this here. Actually, now you have, I have selected four polygons. What I want these to select. So I will deselect these guys here. Are you with me now? So now it's time for something neat. You can bevel. Let us bevel some stuff. So I'm having a 5 meter grid here. Let's create some wings. We want it to be quite, you know, somewhat aerodynamic. So let me see, inset. I don't want any inset. 0, and then the shift should be 5 meters. And let's see what we did. Yeah, great. Some brick wings. Great. So that's what we wanted. And let me there. So, but I want these guys to be quite towards the, you know, they want to be swept. I want to sweep them a bit. There. Let's say here. Okay, so now we have some wings. There. It's okay. They are you know, they're not that curvy. They're not that aerodynamic yet, but it's coming. Okay, so you can, you know, oops, sorry. You can, of course, edit them a bit, quite a bit. You can do this, which is nice. I would actually prefer to have them in 2.5 meters. 2.5 meters. Okay, and I can also use my inset for them to be, you know, to appear thinner towards the edges, which is quite nice. Let's see. I have to measure this first. Welcome, Yarla. That's right. We don't need Red Bull. So in order for me to do a successful beveling, I have to measure the height of these polygons here. So I'm doing G for centering and then zooming in. Now there's a measure tool here. Okay, so by measuring here, this is 1.4 meters high. So if I want to make my bevel successfully, so there, so I will beveling, let's say 1.4 meters is my wing going to be on its base. So let's remove this 0.4 meters and leave it at 1 meter thick and on its edges. And also I'll be shifting at 2.5 meters. So let's see if we did that correctly. Oh, this is nice. So this went quite good. Now I will be sweeping them a bit towards the back. There. Okay. And also I want them, actually 0.4 was too much, so I will be selecting my points here. There. Let me zoom into one and create some. Yeah, I think there, this is adequate. Okay. And since I had selected the other edges, the edges of the other wing, that went good. Okay, so now I have some wings to play with. And let me save that as shuttle stage 1. Okay, now I'm going to do something very neat that we used to do when making our asteroids, when creating asteroids. So I will be invoking subdivision. So subdivision here, polygon, transform, subdivide. Okay, and by selecting metaform, we will be trying to smooth this thing out here now. So this is what we came up with. So let me see if everything is as we wanted. So there, the wings started to have some more, you know, have some curve. But here is, I didn't want that, really. I didn't want these edges to be messed with. So I will be undoing and reactivating subdivision and playing with this value here. If you recall, we used to play with fractals, with fractalization during our asteroid creation. But here, now we're going to be playing with max smoothing angle. Okay, so this is more like 90 degrees here. So I think if I go along with my 89 degrees, it won't hurt. And it didn't. Great. So there. So let's see here what is. Oops, there's some nasty things going on there. but I can fix them. There's something wrong here. Let me repeat that again in case it gets fixed, and it got fixed. Oh, great. So now you will have a more we have a smoother form that can be more aerodynamic if I want. We can do stuff with it, of course. Now the secret is to create my coarse form in my first stage here. Okay, so after every stage I can change my geometry more locally. Okay, so let me fix this a bit. So I say, let me do it, let me make my move these guys a bit towards the there, have a bit more aerodynamic and harsher edge. And these here, these I would like to move them quite a bit there. Okay, there. Let me see if I have everything. And later, of course, we can add some intakes here as well. Yeah, perhaps. So, which is great. Okay, and then let us repeat our metaform. Metaform there. Cool. This looks good. So let me see here now. Do I want to add anything more? Let's say yeah, let me add some intake here, some jet intake. So I will be, let me there, I can add some long, say a long jet intake here. So I will be adding now, I'll be selecting these 4 polygons on the width and going all the way back. Now we'll be having 12 polygons. As you can see, I can deselect these guys by either lassoing them or left mouse button selecting. So I will lasso them actually there. So now I have these guys here to play with. Now here comes a very interesting tool called Smooth Shift. So if I would try to bevel these guys, let me there. If I would bevel these guys, say what is that? Say half a meter. Let me delete that. Delete that. Say 1 meter towards, toward upwards. So this is what's going to happen. So you see, bevel takes each polygon and extrudes it, but it's not connected anymore with the other ones. Okay, so when we were doing logos, we had 1 polygon. Each letter was 1 polygon, and you could actually you could create these curvy edges by bevel creating all these small polygons around. But this is not what we want here. We want yeah, let me zoom in so that you will see what's going on here. So this is what bevel does. Okay, you see the edges? I don't want that. So I will be pressing undo and we'll be trying with SM shift, which is smooth shift. So now my offset is 1, but see what it does. This is the difference. Okay. So this is the difference between bevel and smooth shift. Obviously, I don't want it to be that big in the beginning, that extruded in the beginning. So I will be doing some, let's say 0.4 meters there. And G, let's see what's going on. No, did I do bevel? No, I did. I beveled it. Smooth shift. Sorry, 0.4. There. There. And I will try by using more traditional methods. There. Example. Ah, damn. There and there. So I will be using, let's see, I will be using stretch, having my center of my of the stretching tool somewhere here, because I want these points to end up somewhere here. There. Okay. Are you following me? There. So the x-axis is to be at 0 and the y-axis it can conveniently be at 2.3. So I am holding down my left mouse button and I am there. Okay. Undo a bit more actually. There. That's what I want. Great. I really like that. Hi, Volcaro. So there, that's how it looks like for the time being. And now, now we want these polygons here. Okay, let me zoom in. There. G here. These polygons here. Now I want them to become an intake, really. So it's not good as they are right now. So I want them to go in. So I will be using my smooth shift tool again. Let me see here, smooth shift. And let me see what my current offset will do. I think it will extrude them towards outwards. Yeah, that it will do that. So by pressing undo and smooth shift again, and I'm adding a minus here and see what I did. Yep, but just let me go carefully there. So smooth shift and yeah, something like this. Now the effect is not that evident because my polygons overlap, so I will be activating stretch, and at right about half the height of my geometry I will be doing this. So there. Damn. So that will look something like this. Something there. Of course, I can go a bit further and draw, you know, drag them towards the back, so yeah, that's looks great. I don't know if you can look at that. Let me move that a bit. Yeah, now I see it. I can stretch it a bit more. There. And I can repeat my process by multiply smooth shift 100 more. Go on with that. I see some broken polygons there, but we can fix them later. So there, I'm stretching that again. There, let me zoom that. There. And again, of course, I can select these guys here together with their intake and hide everything else so that they won't bother me when I'm working. Okay, then I can zoom in and see what I've done there. So I think that will look quite good there. So let me see if I have any more than four-sided polygons. So I have, no, I have 36 for vertices polygons and 3 triangles which are there. These are messed up actually. But let me see where they come from, and we can, yeah, this is rectal. Let me see here. There. Oops, sorry. There, 3D view. And there they are. So I have a I have an offending deformation here. So actually, this is a very simple fix. So what I have to do is I can select 1, 2 points and then weld this point to this. Control W, welding, and this is fixed. Now I have, but even though it looks fixed, it's not entirely fixed, mind you, because I have these 2-point polygons here standing there and doing nothing more but, you know, being there, you know. And it might look bad if I choose to render the inside my intake. So I will be deleting these guys. So, and now the problem is fixed. Let me see here. Let me see if I indeed fixed my problem. Nothing there. And then invoking stats, I have no 3 vertices polygon, no more than 4 vertices polygon. I have only 36 my 36 quads here. Okay, so this is how I can, you know, stage by stage, I am controlling my object, you know, making my necessary changes, and then correcting everything, and then going to the next subdivision stage. So let's unhide everything. This is my object. I will be, wow, what's going on here? Wow, no, that's nice. But anyway, no, that's not nice. There. That happened because why? Ah, yeah, that happened because I didn't deselect the backward polygon. So let me do some more correcting work, because I don't want to go some stages back and do, say, delete them. Now I have some edges here that don't quite fit, and I am selecting these guys here. I think they are, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6, this is 6, yes. Hide everything else there. Okay, and now I want to create a polygon here. Okay, no, I should unhide everything, and then actually let's work here on my 3D viewport there. So I can hide quite some stuff here. Let's say I don't need these polygons there, hide them. Okay, now zoom in again there, and by pressing 1 I have already programmed it to be a wireframe. No, hold on a bit. There, to be a wireframe polygon. So now I have the lower points of my polygons that I can define. So here is my point mode, 1 2 3 4, and then going to polygon and make, I think, yes. So now I have a polygon. Okay, 1 2 3 4, and make, or P for polygon. Okay, it's the same thing. See here, great. Point or mode going on, 1 2 3 4, and 1 2 3 4 P again. So now I have some polygons here that fill the gap. Okay. And let me unhide everything and do some yes here, and then I can smooth out the transition as well if I want, if I wish to. Say, for example, I can here can go back and reselect. See if I can get it clear. Yeah, here. Point mode, selecting 3 4 5. I see them here, and then T by going towards the back here. There. Now let me see what I've done, which is quite good. Okay. So now I just smoothed out. It's smoothed out, you know, the form has been smoothed out a bit. I can even go a bit there. Ah, this is great. Okay, so this is my shuttle in its, you know, current stage. I am saving that as shuttle stage 2, and I can tease you a bit actually about going a bit further into the third metaform stage, where we'll see how that will look here. Ah, that looks quite sleek. There, and here as well. my the jet intake has. Let me see how it should look in layout with lights before we close for today, you know, just to see what's going on. Load object. Episode 26, objects, shuttle, stage 3. Wow, this looks great. So there, move. Okay, let me see here. Now this would be frame 0, frame there, frame 1, say that. Frame 2 should be like that, etc. Okay, let me save that for our patrons. Scenes and shuttle. Yeah, shuttle only. Okay, so let's see how that looks. First I have to, I have to smooth everything there, there. And let's give some specularity, just for the fun of it. Yeah, 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. Yeah, 50. Yeah, let's go there, you know. Just save that and turn on shadows. It won't be quite as good shadows, but anyway. And let me, I have one light here. Let me clone another light, take away the ambient intensity here and there. Let's see what these lights are doing. Lights rotate. Hold on there. So I have one light points here, the other light points something like that. So how the camera sees that. Okay. That looks good. There's some small non-planners, but these can be solved by, you know, making all points, all polygons into triples. So nice. That starts to look great. Okay. So that's for today. Go through the episode, see how I went from having a brick into making a form, a sleek form like a spacecraft thing. And you know, whatever questions you have, you can contact me here. Yeah, or ask the forum or whatever. Okay. Do you have any questions before we close? It really does. If you see, okay, some note here. If you see, there are some. Okay, let me do a final step by turning on triangles and doing a subdivision step. Okay, there. And saving them, saving that as stage 4. And now I can actually replace that as this guy here. So now I think that will be, yes. Sorry, I forgot to smooth there. So now that's going to be great. That's going to look great there. And of course, yeah, specularity. Specularity. No, not on default. Specularity. Specularity. There. Now that slickness. So now that's everything is smooth, you know, smoothing out the intakes. And let me see here. You have the intake as well. That's slick enough. But yeah, you can work. We work. This is an ongoing process. So this will be our first spaceship. Okay, so until she flies, it will take a while, but when she flies, it will be great. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I mean, having you here really motivates me to go on and do some, you know, do more stuff. Anyway, thank you. Let me save that and save all object. Let's keep that temporarily. And now it's time for the shout out. And let me get ready with the outro. Thank you very much. Great, many thanks to George Sokanos Walkero, Yarla, Midone, GS, Anthony Jarvis, and Todd Chamberlain. Thank you very much for your support, and hope to see you in more episodes and seeing your creation. Bye bye, guys. Take care.